As CUPW members, we have an extremely important decision to make, one that can impact our future and our working conditions. This is why it's so important for members to make an informed decision when voting on the new tentative agreements. In this video, I'll guide you through the tentative agreement, explain what the bolded language means, what it means when you see an asterisk, and what housekeeping language is. It's recommended that you follow along with your own version of the tentative agreement or find one online via the CUPW website. It also helps to have a copy of the current collective agreement so you can identify what has been changed from the current language and the proposed language. When you open the front cover, the first page of the tentative agreement includes an explanation as to what the bolded language means and what an asterisk represents. Any language that you see in bold is newly added language to the collective agreement. Wherever you see an asterisk, that indicates that something has been removed from that text. This means that what you see beside the asterisk is the language that will be included in the collective agreement if ratified. This is where it helps to have a copy of the current collective agreement so you can identify clause to clause what language has been removed. The table of contents in this draft version of the tentative agreement includes all the language that has been modified during this round of bargaining. When you go through the draft version yourself, you'll find the modified language along with the existing language of the collective agreement. Along with the articles and appendices in the table of contents, you'll also find side letters, job descriptions, and memorandums of agreement, also known as MOAs. Now, these last three won't be included in the physical collective agreement itself, but are still considered agreed upon language between the parties and are still legally binding in front of an arbitrator. During collective bargaining, when parties modify or change language in the collective agreement, it represents a change to the meaning or the intent of this language. During this round of bargaining, the corporation presented what they refer to as housekeeping language. Now, these housekeeping changes only change the grammar, the formatting, or the spelling of some of the language in the collective agreement. However, these do not represent a change to the meaning or the intent of this language. Any housekeeping changes are also identified by either being bolded or with an asterisk beside them. At your ratification vote meetings, you can ask the question to determine whether or not a change in the collective agreement represents a housekeeping change or whether it's a change to the meaning and the intent of the language. The union has also released numerous bulletins on both the RSMC and the Urban Tentative Agreements to highlight some of the changes and to inform the membership. We suggest that you review these bulletins, review the tentative agreements, and ask any questions that you may have even prior to your ratification vote meeting. This was a very long round of negotiations, and a difficult one at that. While many of our existing rights and protections have been maintained in this tentative agreement, there are significant changes as well. This is why it's important for you to review the changes, ask your questions, and make an informed decision at these ratification vote meetings. If you have any more questions, reach out to your local representatives, and they'll be able to direct you from there. Solidarity.